kitchen. Today we're making Indian butter chicken in the Instapot. Come take a look at what the finished product looks like. It's boneless chicken thighs with a lot of spices served over white rice. If I had basmati white rice, I would have used this. I just used my regular short grain rice, but it smells amazing. So come along with me and let's make some Indian butter chicken in the Instapot.
Let's go over the list of ingredients needed to make this recipe. You're going to need about 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs diced up, 1 stick of butter, 1 onion, 2 teaspoons of garlic, 2 14.5-ounce cans of diced tomatoes. I'm using fire roasted, some kosher salt, black pepper, some cumin. You need 2 teaspoons of ground cumin and 2 teaspoons of cumin seed, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 2 teaspoons of garam masala blend, a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1.5 cups of heavy cream divided in half, 1 red bell pepper, 2 tablespoons of grated ginger, and 1 small bunch of cilantro minced. We're going to start preparing our ingredients. First, we're going to take our boneless chicken thighs and cut them into quarter pieces or bite-sized pieces, just depending on the size of your chicken thighs that you have. Once you're done with that, the next step is going to be preparing the ginger. So first I'm going to peel my ginger, then I'm going to take out my grater and grate up the 1.5 inches of ginger, which will equal about 2 tablespoons of freshly ground ginger. After the ginger, we're going to go ahead and dice up our onion. We're going to make it finely diced pieces. Then we take our red bell pepper, get rid of the seeds in the middle, and we're going to go ahead and dice this up also. Now that most of the vegetables have been prepared, we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to put our Instapot on saute mode. Once it turns on, we're going to go ahead and put in half of our stick of butter. I'm doing half at a time because I'm going to be cooking the chicken in a few batches, so I want to save half of the butter for about halfway through the chicken. So you leave it on one side for about 2 to 3 minutes, flip it over, and you're going to brown it on the other side. Now you're not trying to cook the chicken all the way through at this point. You're just trying to give it a little bit of a sear. And then you take it out with a slotted spoon, and then you're trying to leave as much butter left in the dish. Now I'm putting in my second batch, and now I'm going to put in my extra butter, and then I have one more batch to do after that. So once you're all done browning your chicken, you put it aside in a bowl. Now I'm taking my blender and I'm taking my 2 cans of tomatoes and my grated ginger, and I'm going to puree it into a nice smooth paste. Now I take my onions and my red bell peppers that have been diced up and saute them in the butter that's left over in the pan. Now I'm going to start adding some of my spices in there. I put in my cumin, my smoked paprika, mix it well. Now I'm putting in my turmeric. As you can see, it's making a very rich color with the butter as it's mixing together. Now I'm adding my kosher salt. And I'm also scraping the bottom. I want to glaze the bottom the best that I can because I don't want to get a burn error. So I'm pouring in my tomato puree, again mixing it well. It's still on saute mode. Now it's time to put the chicken back into the Instapot and any juices that may be left over in the bowl. And make sure you mix it well. You want to coat the chicken so it has sauce on every piece. As you can see, I've coated the chicken pieces thoroughly with the sauce. Now I'm putting in 3/4 of a cup of the heavy cream. I'm going to be keeping 3/4 of a cup, the remaining balance of the cream, for finishing the dish. So right now I'm just giving it a good stir and making sure nothing's sticking to the bottom and getting it ready to start cooking in the Instapot. Now I'm going to put on my lid, set the vent to sealing, and now we hit cancel, put it on pressure cooker, and it's only going to cook for 5 minutes. While it's coming to pressure, I'm going to use this time to start preparing my cilantro. So I just tear off the top leaves of my bunch of cilantro, and I'm just going to mince it up finely. The next thing I'm going to prepare is, if you do have cumin seeds and you're going to use them, you toast them on the stove for just a few minutes. If you don't have cumin seeds, just increase the amount of cumin you use inside your Instapot. Now after a 10-minute natural release, I did a quick release and waited for the remaining pressure to come out of the Instapot. And the way I would know that is by the pin dropping, and that would indicate it would be time to open up the lid. Now it's time to open up the pot, and let me tell you, when I opened this up, the smell of the spices was just amazing. So now we're going to finish our sauce. We hit cancel, put on saute mode, give it a good stir. We're adding in the remaining spices, which is the garam masala, the roasted cumin seeds, and the cayenne pepper. Put in the remaining 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream, and we're going to be waiting for the Instapot to start simmering again. Now I'm adding in my thickener, which is 2 tablespoons of cornstarch with 2 tablespoons of cold water. Now I'm going to give it a taste to adjust any spices if necessary. In this case, I'm adding some ground black pepper, and I'm adding just a little bit more kosher salt. And as you can see, my sauce has thickened quite nicely. And just give it another minute to combine all the spices with the heat. Give it one more taste test, and we're done. And there you have it, buttered chicken in the Instapot. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give my video a thumbs up and comment down below. If you would like to see more of my videos, please subscribe and turn on your notification bell to be informed when my next video is available. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.